Yo YouTube! This is my video for Tuesday the 2nd of July, and I suspect it won't be much more than 10 minutes long because it was a really poor day on the road in many respects. And I'll just tell you my stats first of all, and then you'll see from that why that was the case. So I filled up with fuel in the morning, on this morning, and so I've got a new average fuel price for this week. Fuel's going up slightly, so it's now 14.23 pence per mile. I only drove in the end 173 miles yesterday, 173. I worked for 7¼ hours, and I earned £100 from 2 CX jobs. I spent £24.62 on fuel, which meant that I earned £75 after fuel yesterday. So let me tell you about how that went. So I hadn't got anything booked in from the day before, from Monday evening, and so I was looking for work when I got up in the morning, and it would have been around about 8:30ish when I was looking, maybe 9 o'clock, and there really wasn't an awful lot around, and I put a bid on a job going from, so I had to sort of extend my usual range of looking, and I went as far as Huntingdon, which is about an hour from where I live, and it's the other side of Peterborough, so there's lots of drivers between me and those jobs, so I don't tend to think I'll get them, but I put a bid on because I was getting quite desperate. And from Peterborough to Brackley, no, not Peterborough, sorry, Huntingdon to Melton Mowbray. That mistake will become obvious in a moment. And it was said on the notes at 11 o'clock pickup, by 11 o'clock, or before 11 o'clock. And so I got a call about, I'm going to say, about 10. And I got myself in the van by 10:05, put the actual postcode in for the place, and it was showing me it was going to be an hour and 5 minutes to Huntingdon. So I left the house at 10 past. No, sorry, I got a call at 10:05 in the van by 10:10, and then by then it's an hour and 5 minutes. So I had an ETA of 11:15. So I started driving, and I just thought that's probably not going to get a visit. What do I do? Do I just go there because assuming they're okay with that, or do I make the call? So reluctantly I made the call and said to one of the people in the office, just so that they know my ETA is 11:15, and he said that's okay, and then off the phone it went. So I carried on. 2 minutes later I had a call back from the person who gave me the job. They said that wasn't okay, and that you'd have to cancel the job. I mean, he was very nice about it, but I was very disappointed. So there was no arguing with it because it said on the notes by 11. I wasn't going to get there by 11, so what can I say? So I utilised. I was only about 10 minutes from home at this point, so I utilised the chance to go to my local garage, fill the fuel, and went there for a job. And I did eventually get a job, and this is the one that was from Peterborough to Brackley. It was a small van job. 50 miles I got, £50 I bid on it for a 62 loaded mile job. And I got that, I was waiting after I got fuel, and it was about 11:05 when I got that call. Now I was 35 minutes away from pickup at this point, 25 dead miles. And my thinking was, well, this is a little job, it gets me to Brackley, which I think is a good area for working in near Northampton. And I should have to get a job from there and see how the day goes. So I arrived at the pickup site at... No, that's not right, is it? Sorry. Time-wise is wrong, I've got the time wrong. So, I got the call at about 10:30. I was there for around about 20 minutes, waiting for a job. And I arrived at the pickup point at 11:05. And then I had to wait for 10 minutes and wasn't loaded for a while. There was one pallet. I was off site at 11:21. So then I made my way to Brackley, and I arrived at just before 1 o'clock and was off site at 1:06. So I'd done my first job, and it was already now the middle of the day. And it wasn't, and in Brackley it wasn't actually that busy all around the area. So I did get a job, and in the end I got a really good job on its own. It was actually picking up from Brackley. It's the only job that came up from Brackley in that sort of time I was there. And I got that call at 1:43. So about 40 minutes after I arrived, I got a call, and I was 5 minutes from the pickup point, about 3 miles. And it was going from Brackley to Swindon. It was a small van job, 51 loaded miles, and I put another £50 on that. And my thinking for this was, okay, let's do small van work today. Let's just do 3 or 4 small van jobs, and then sort of that would be a reasonable day. And I went to Brackley, and it said, as I was on my way to the pickup, it was now sort of 1:45. I noticed that it said a 2:45 pickup, which I thought, that's ridiculous. I can't wait around for an hour for this minimum price job. So I just got myself there, and when I arrived they were ready, so I got the stuff on. I have no idea why the pickup time was an hour after I had the call. So it was like 2:45 to 3:45 pickup, but they were ready, so it was weird. In fact, I'm glad I didn't wait, because that would have wasted more time. So I picked that up. So I arrived at 1:45, picked it up, I was off site at 1:55 on my way to Swindon. And it was during this journey that my heart sank somewhat, because I worked out that I was going to get to Swindon about 3 o'clock. And I always find sort of anything south of sort of Banbury quite difficult to get out of, or get away from. And I was going to get to Swindon about 3, because I'm quite late in the day, having only done 2 minimum price jobs. And I was thinking I might not get a job out of Swindon, and I might get a job and go to London, and it could be like a long day for not much money, because you're not going to get much money going to London from Swindon. It's not very many miles. So I was on my way to Swindon thinking this is not going to go very well, but let's just carry on, get it done and see what happens. And in my head I was trying to get myself home at the end of the day. So I arrived at Swindon and offloaded the 2 items to a residential address, and then I was off site and ready to look for a job at 3:10. And there wasn't a lot of work still, and I was sort of, I needed to get some stamps for business. So I thought, oh, I'll drive to this post office and get some stamps. So I did that, and that was about 10 minutes drive away. And I arrived and managed to find a parking space, this sort of little community parking area. It's like a little community area on a residential estate, like a pub and some shops and some parking. And I found this parking place, went to the shop, and it was the only shop there that was being refitted and was closed. So I made my way from there to the local Aldi to park up and look for jobs. And I did that for about half an hour, no luck with jobs. I was sort of north Swindon, and I thought I could just go home, but that was like, it's about 170 miles, about 3 hours. There's no way I could justify just dead miling it home. It's 3 hours, I'll be home sort of quite late, and also not very much money, hardly made any money at all. So I thought, I can't just do that. My route home took me kind of a little bit of a curve, sort of towards Cirencester, then up around towards Leicester and out that way. So I thought I'll do that drive. I'll drive up away from Swindon looking for jobs. It's still only about 4 o'clock at this point, and plenty of time. Drive up, having waited Audi for a long time, and then I was bidding on jobs, not getting anything. Nothing really was amazing. And so I rang my dad, and he was going to go out tonight, so I wasn't going to see him. He lives in Droitwich, so I was going to pop in and see him on the way through past, but that didn't happen. So I parked up at a lay-by. I was quite tired by this point. It was about 4:30. And kept bidding on jobs. I thought, let's head for Cheltenham, and I'll park up near Cheltenham. So I parked up at 4:30 in a park for the night place outside near Cheltenham. Bidding on jobs, and there was no luck. And I was sort of stuck in a reasonable area for jobs, but just not getting them and not getting the price I wanted. And in the end, I thought, I just cannot mile it back from here. I'm going to have to tramp out tonight. So that decision was the right decision to make in the end. I have done a lot of dead miles, sort of getting home at the end of each day. But today, Tuesday, yesterday in real life, I was just thinking I just cannot do that. I have to just tramp out and try and get up in the morning. So I was on the desktop version of the computer. I expected of the app, set in my range to 50 miles. There were some jobs. There's loads of jobs for a particular courier that needs long wheelbase work coming out in the evening, going all around the country. But I don't like working for them, and they never like my van. They never let me do their work because it's slightly too small, my van. So that took out 20 odd jobs that were available. They were from Rugby. So in the end, I just gave up and there I was. I had stopped, there I was, and just got an early night. I was tired. I was in bed by about 5:30, and I started looking at 5:30, and that was it. That was my day. Except one thing happened at the end, which was a slight glimmer of hope for me. And I got a job for this morning, going from Bristol to Stockport, for a small van job. So that's what I'm about to pick up now. So I had to get up quite early to do that, to make sure I was there on time. But yeah, so that was my day. So 13 minutes, I estimate that. 13 and a half minutes. So nothing of consequence happened. I didn't make enough money, and I did experience tramping again, which was not bad. I quite enjoyed that, to be honest. I got, having that freedom of just staying somewhere and playing a game, watching TV. If you're interested, I've got back into watching Inside Number 9. I'm starting again from the start. I just the other day I was just flicking through and I found out they'd done the last one of the 9th series. Saw the last one. I thought it was really good, and so I thought I'd go back and I'd rewatch the whole series from the start. So I did the first 4 yesterday evening, and it's good. I like watching things a second time because I get more from it watching things 2 or 3 times, films or TV series that I like. So yeah, that's a little glimmer into the sort of comedy that I like, which is Inside Number 9, Reece Shearsmith and Steve Pemberton's work. Right, okay, thank you very much for watching or listening to my video. I'll tell you more about today when today pans out. I'm hoping to have a better day today. I hope that you are successful, however you choose to find that term for yourselves. And I shall see you later. Farewell, friends.